What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. Link will be in the description box below as usual. Go get it. PayPal link there also. They asked me to put it up, so I'll put it up. Thanks everybody for supporting. This video, though, is entitled Struggles to Becoming a Better Person. Some of us, when you need to self-improve and you're trying to self-improve, you're going to struggle with becoming a better person, no matter how you slice it. Because it's going to be different. You're going to go outside of your comfort zone. You know, when you want to lose weight, the beginning is going to be a struggle because you're losing weight to become a better person, right? So that initial jump start is going to hurt you. It's going to, you might feel sick. You might be lethargic. You might kick your butt. You might not see a change immediately, which you're not, but that's part of the struggle to keep pushing through even though you don't see results, as fast as you would like. But, that part of the discipline comes in where you're going to struggle to become a better person. It's not going to be easy. Small changes that you might not pay attention to might keep popping up, and you're like, oh man, I didn't even think about that. Because this goes with becoming a better human being. When you're trying to evolve as far as your image, how you conduct yourself within that image when you go out in public, your manners, your demeanor, it's going to be a struggle for you because it's going to be awkward because you might feel like you're being fake. I'm not being me. You're being you, but just in a different way. And you got to get accustomed to presenting yourself a different way and being that too. Sometimes growth and evolution isn't easy. So, you may be comfortable in the clothes that you have on and how you present yourself. And then you present yourself something completely outside of the box of your norm, and people are going to come at you differently, and you're still going to have to be you, but be a more sophisticated you, and you're going to struggle with that initially because you're still going to be rough around the edges. So you're going to struggle with becoming a better person, right? Some people have a struggle with being honest, and you lie too much, right? So what's going to happen is you're going to have a struggle with being honest. And sometimes you're not even going to notice it because you might be so accustomed to it. You're wanting to become better, and you're cognizant that you need to become better, but you might wind up telling on your old lies when you become honest, and you might have to deal with the backlash of that. And that's a struggle. And sometimes you might be so accustomed to quote unquote telling lies or white lies that you're starting to pay attention to yourself more, like, why did I even lie about that? What am I doing? So you might initially struggle with being honest because you got the reaction you wanted when you were lying, but now you have to get a different reaction because you're changing into a different person. So you're going to have a different response. You're going to get different responses, and you're going to have to acclimate yourself to those different responses. Sometimes you might struggle to become a better person because you're lazy. That new work ethic, like, why? How dare you? And the reason I say that because sometimes you've chilled so much that in your heart that you're gonna have to bump up your work ethic to get the things you want out of life and be the person you want to be, and you can't be the person that you want to be by being the person that you currently are. So bumping up your work ethic is part of the process, and it's not necessarily a road you're comfortable with. So in the beginning, working all that extra time, it might take a lot of energy out of you. It might be stressful or whatever, but in the end, it's worth it. So that's another thing. On the flip side of even that one, you might be an extremely hard worker, and to become a better person, you're gonna have to slow down because you're so focused on your work that you're not living, and you're not growing, and you're not evolving because you're not giving yourself enough downtime to think of a different way to do things or do different things. You know, you might not be able to turn any of your passions into a profit because you so my work, I want to work. You're not able to multitask and build your own little economy from your own ingenuity. So sitting back a little bit and taking a step back might be difficult for you, even though you're taking a step back or 2 steps back to go 3 steps or 10 steps forward. That might initially be a problem for you. You might struggle with that because, logically, that makes sense when you're becoming a better person, but also it makes sense that, well, why would I slow down working? How come I can't do both? Because a lot of people can't burn a candle at both ends. You might be struggling with the way you interact with people. You're accustomed to talking to people a certain way or doing things a certain way, and you realize it doesn't work with the majority of people that you meet, and it's more of a negative thing than a positive thing. So now what? Now what? Now you realize, okay, I got to do something differently because ultimately this ain't working for me. And I need to be a better person so I can get the result out of life that I want. So now I'm going to have to change the way I approach situations because obviously people don't experience me the way I think they do, right? So now you're going to have to watch what you say, what you do, your facial expressions, your tone, all those things. And it's going to be uncomfortable because you might be so comfortable doing things one way that doing anything else might be detrimental. You might feel like it's unnatural. And so to a degree that is, but you're going to have to become a better person. Reliability. Some people aren't reliable and they realize they aren't reliable. And what winds up happening is when they want to become reliable, but they have a hard time keeping their word. And they have a hard time doing things the hard way, always taking the easy out. So when you're always taking the easy out, what happens? You're accustomed to finding a back door to all of life's situations. So when you're becoming a better person, now you can't take a shortcut. You got to do everything the hard way. And the struggle is, that you can get something done, but cut a corner, but it won't get done right unless you do it the hard way. So doing it the right way the first time is a struggle because you're so accustomed to taking shortcuts that, you feel like the shortcut is more efficient, but it's not. It's really not. And this is where, a lot of things go wrong. And sometimes, you might struggle to become a better person when we're talking about making impulsive decisions or selfishness or hedonism, in a sense that you ran by your emotions or your sexual urges, and you're so accustomed to getting your emotions and urges met, whether you being slick or whether you have a tantrum, however you see fit, right? That not being so selfish is a struggle for you. Taking other people into consideration and their time into consideration and putting and understanding that other people have wants and needs also. And it's not about you. You can't use people to fulfill your needs. You might have a struggle, with becoming a better person because when you see that, you might struggle with yourself in the mirror like, man, this is who I am. You know, so, but when you want to become a better person, go down that path and go all the way. Don't do it halfway, because in the end, it's worth it. In the end, is very much so worth it. So I'm done with this one. Like, share, subscribe. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.